hey, we got to make sure I'm in it because if I bowl, they gonna think I edited this. So this so everybody know it's real.
Yeah!
Bills Banter, Sammy, hit it.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. Bills Banter with Stevie Johnson and Michael F. Florio.
Fitzpatrick fires. Oh, caught! Steve Johnson! Touchdown, Buffalo! Why so serious?
The sickest Buffalo Bills podcast.
Allen will run it himself. He pumps. Got some daylight. Hurdles to the end zone.
It's gonna be sick.
Guru, what up though, man?
It's not. Look, I'll tell you one thing off the top. This podcast is going to be sick. I don't know if it's going to be as sick as that outfit or the strike you just threw.
Hey, look, or that cap that you got on right there. That Bills thing looking heavy. I like it.
I might have to. I'm going to say it right off the top, right? I might have to wear this Sunday because we are going to be together Sunday night at Cruisers in Newport Beach. So any SoCal Bills fans, please make your way out there.
Yeah, this is what it's about, man. Connecting with the fans, connecting with the community. I mean, Bills backers. Well, actually, the Buffalo Bills got a chapter called the Backers. And there's association around the world, state to state, even in Italy and other countries. So it's something cool that the Bills have. And they've invited us out to Orange County and Newport Beach at Cruisers. So anybody around that's interested in football overall, and especially if you're a Bills fan, come by and you'll be able to chill with the legend and the guru at Cruisers. It'll be fun.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Stevie, they're breaking out the rivalry uniforms this weekend. It's going to be looking good, I think, out there.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, speaking of that, you got some new uniforms coming out. They also have a boat ride earlier in the day. So just to get it out of there, at Bills of OC, at Bills fans of OC, to check on updates and things and get in touch with Big Mike and get your spot on the boat, because just like those new rivalry uniforms, I mean, it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be a cold day out there. Let's get it.
I'm gonna meet you at the bar for the game. What kind of shape are you gonna be in by that point in the day?
I should be good. I'll be able to manage everything. I should be good, man.
Day drinking on a boat is dangerous.
Me being on a boat is dangerous already without drinking. So it's gonna be interesting out there to see how this thing go. But I'm looking forward to it, brother.
You have a vibe that I feel like you are at like a boat is one of your happy places, I feel like.
Hey, the funny thing about it is I love water, but being on the water, like I done passed out before, I done threw up, I got seasick, all that. But I love being around it. I love like the depths of it, the mystery of it. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. I love being around Niagara Falls. Shout out to my Cambria staff. I visit the falls every time I'm out there in the East Coast. And you just get that power, that rush, from the water.
I'm the same way as you. I love water. I love being in it, around it, not so much on it. Sometimes
right.
it gets the best of me. But speaking of that, the Saints, they didn't get the best of the Bills, but they made it a little bit closer last week than we had envisioned. Allen threw for 2 touchdowns, ran for 1. They were spreading the ball around. What were your takeaways from that Bills-Saints game?
It was interesting because, the Saints ended up coming out the game and they had a long drive. I didn't expect the Saints to put a drive together that long. And, that was kind of the difference maker because that took away possessions for the Buffalo Bills. So that was one thing that I felt stalled out on the defense. But, as far as the team overall, they've been that bend but don't break type of team, and they didn't break at all. And they just ended up outlasting these teams. They got that endurance. They got championship endurance, I believe, Mike.
Yeah, I do as well. And Josh look, first turnover of the year. I think it was more of a, like, we got this game right now. I'm gonna trust Keon to make a play kind of thing. It didn't happen, but I didn't leave this game worried about anything turnover or offensively. I did want to ask you though, the Saints had a lot of success on the ground, not so much through the air. That has been the trend for teams facing the Bills this year. Are you worried at all? Like the Patriots this week do have a good run. I know we're going to talk a lot about that. they have a good rushing attack. Then you get the Falcons. Like these are good teams that can run the ball. Does that worry you about this Bills defense?
No, I'm not worried at all. I would just say I'm glad that they're getting getting in these situations, because they're going to have to go against teams such as the Kansas City Chiefs to get to where they want to be. I'm going to say the Kansas City Chiefs because I feel like they're getting to form and they have athletes all around. So these pieces that the Buffalo Bills are going up against is going to end up being that one Chief team, or maybe it's going to be a Ravens team if they get things together with that rushing attack. In the way that they can throw the ball. So I think it's all in preparation. So I'm not worried at all. I just feel like it's all preparation for the team to get better later on.
Yeah, it's getting late quick in Baltimore with all those injuries they're dealing with right now. I saw today, I'm not going to take credit for this stat. True Media, they put like the odds out there. They gave the Bills a 99% chance of making the playoffs and 66% chance of being the 1 seed. So everything has come up Bills through the first month, but I agree with you. It feels like we're on another Chiefs-Bills crash course for the AFC. And look, the Chiefs, they could look however they want. I'm going to be afraid of them in the playoffs until we see otherwise.
Dude, that's what I was gonna ask you about that. Like seeing that this past week with what the Chiefs did that bring a little worry to you, Mike, considering early in the season, like we felt like the Chiefs was kind of out of it, not a threat at all. Did last week kind of wake up that game?
It worried me in the sense of like Spags could get in his bag when he has to, and we've seen him make life difficult on Josh Allen before. He clearly has the recipe for success against Lamar Jackson right now, but I still think the Bills are the best team in football. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to be 0-4 in the playoffs against a team and be like, yeah, they're not a concern at all. Like until the Bills beat them, I think the Chiefs have earned the right where they deserve respect and they deserve to be viewed as a team that should be feared.
Okay, how about this? Going back to that Kansas City Bills game last season, it was a crucial 4th down. And they went back there and they did what I loved as far as getting the ball in Josh Allen in a shotgun situation, considering they tried to sneak it a few times and they didn't get it. And then they gave them the option to either run or pass with the play action. Now take it to last week when we had a 4th and 2. It was a crucial situation, and they went with a reverse play. Considering they're down the lineman, one of their strongest linemen, did you like what Coach Brady called on that situation, or do you feel like that was one of those things where he's just trying things out because he's going to control his game?
I think that, right? Like I think the Bills are at the point where, especially against a team like the Saints, I don't think you're trying to get too deep into like the plays that you save, right? Because that's the thing that you would know better than me, but you hear a lot that like coaches keep some plays in their back pocket for like big moments, and I don't think we were going to see any of that come out of the Saints game. But at the same point in time, this is the most confident, and I've been very confident in Josh Allen his entire career, and I always say stuff like my wife will always quote me on Sundays because I'm always like, Bills are going to win because we have Josh Allen and the other team doesn't. I say that every Sunday, but I think this year we're seeing Josh reach a new level where he's killing defenses when he's under pressure from a clean pot. It doesn't matter the defense you throw at him. He's going to find a way to win.
Yeah. And I also say that to say this, because with Josh having that ability to win any type of way, we've been hearing a lot about the tush push. And then we go to, like we talk about, 4th down. It always comes down to a 4th and 1 or 2. And then let's go a little bit off of the Bills and talk about the 49ers-Rams game, where the Rams decided not to go with a tush push type of play, and they got stuffed. Does the Bills need to adapt that tush push, utilizing Josh's frame, his size, his athleticism, and the skill players that he's got with him, as far as those 3 tight ends, to get him that push? I haven't seen it from the Bills offense. What do you take of that?
I think it's something the Bills have in their repertoire. I do like being selective with it though. Like I think the Eagles have relied far too heavily on that one play, and you become kind of And look, shout out to them. No one has been able to stop them with it yet.
Yeah.
But we did see the Chiefs stop the Bills last season with it, trying to do it like 4 or 5 times. So
I don't know if
I
it was a
think,
touch push though.
yeah, it was a little
It
different,
was
but
just yeah.
they could load up with put Dawson Knox and Hayes and just like plow
Right,
ahead.
right.
But I
I mean,
also
it's gonna come down to that.
I don't like in the playoffs, please do that. But week 4 against the Saints, I don't want to risk Josh getting hurt.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen a QB get hurt on a touch push, so
True.
I think he'll be good. He's taken bigger hits and I mean jumped over people, landed on the ground. I done dislocated my shoulder jumping over somebody into the end zone, and I think Josh will be fine. He's solid.
You can't jump through tables on that side anymore, huh?
Nah, I can only throw people through it, so I'm looking forward to throwing some people through some tables come February. We were talking about Super Bowl before the show started. I know we probably getting ahead of ourselves, of course, but this is where we banter and talk about what we fantasize about, and we want to be in Santa Clara with our Buffalo Bills out there. So
If
yeah, man. I mean, it's shaping up. It's shaping up, though.
I'll put this out here right now. If the Bills win the Super Bowl this year and we are in Santa Clara, Stevie, you could put me through a table. I will let that happen.
Clip it, clip it, Sammy, clip it. Yep.
I'll probably have
Yep.
me a couple drinks deep at that point. You could do whatever. You could just slam me like Rey
Hey, it's
Mysterio
up.
through it. I don't care.
It's up. Yeah. Hopefully our Buffalo Bills and our Bills Mafia will be there because that'd be a great time. We'll do some charity work.
Stevie, they handle business on Sunday though, right? There's only one way to celebrate a Bills victory.
Oh, you know it. With that sweet victory, baby. You already know. Make sure y'all log on to www.cigarmafia.com for the smoothest, slow burning cigar that you can have in the land. And it's got the sugar tip. So make sure y'all check out something new. Make sure y'all check out cigarmafia.com. Yes,
I'm
sir.
hoping to see you smoking one live and in person this Sunday after a victory. We're going to look ahead to that game. But, Stevie, I think you got something you want to get off your chest first this week.
Yeah, man, we got some Why So Serious, right? Let's talk a little Why So Serious.
Why so serious?
You knew what to do. He already knew. So look, my Why So Serious of this show is going to come from the time that the Buffalo Bills played against the New England Patriots in New England. We went up 21-0. I was killing them. Touchdown, first down. They couldn't stop me. So what did I do? I wanted to have fun. After you handle biz, you have fun. I lift up the shirt to tell everybody Happy New Year. And what happened? I got benched for it because it was the no fun league. So I get benched. What happens later? We end up losing 42-21. I got a lot of heat for, handling business and just simply having fun and telling people Happy New Year. I'm so glad that the league is not like it is last when I was playing. I want to see a lot of touchdowns from the Bills. I want to see some celebrations. I want to see them having fun, man. This is what it's about. You put that work in, you should be able to have a little fun. So why so serious to the old school no fun league and enjoy what we are watching in this era? One love, man.
I remember that game, Stevie, and look, I didn't have this platform or anything back then. I was just a fan, but I was telling anyone who will listen, like, how do you pull your best player? And look, the Patriots aren't what they were now to the Bills, right? Like they were the boogeyman. They were our biggest rival at the time. And you're up 21-0. Your best players balling out. Let the fans have some fun. Let you guys have some fun. And on top of it all, it said Happy New Year. Like, what are we doing here?
It was crazy. It was crazy, Guru. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. And that was kind of where Why So Serious start festering up, though. It's like, man, it's just unbelievable the work that you put in, and you don't do anything malicious or ill will, and yet you still get punished for it. And it was just ridiculous. You losing games, and it was a lot. It was something that I'm glad that the NFL has gone away from, for sure.
I'll tell you, look, no disrespect to Changali, great coach, everything. My approach would be very different if I was a coach. Like if you did that before the game, I'd be like, no, you need to back. But you backed it up. You scored a touchdown. You're up 21-0. Like you should be allowed to have some fun at that point. Like you've earned the right to have some fun.
Yeah, so I guess everybody should understand why so serious, right?
I do give you credit though, because to me it shows a lot of confidence. Like that's not something you thought. Like you were like, I know I'm gonna have a good game, so I'm gonna have it on the shirt ready for
Absolutely.
when I do have this good game.
Absolutely. And that's what I love about now today's culture. I'm not even gonna say today's game, today's culture, because the team is now on the same vibe as the fans. I was running on the fans' vibes, on the fans' fumes, you know what I mean? Those message boards and how they were. The management in the Buffalo Bills facility during that time, it was so disconnected. It was so disconnected. I'm sorry. Now you see our coaches and our general managers doing podcasts with players, in the tailgates at the parking lots, So it's a beautiful thing right now. So just telling the football fam out there, like, really enjoy what we're watching right now. It's a special time.
You don't have to answer this, but did any of you feel vindicated when they didn't score another point without you?
Uh,
Or do you want to keep that answer to yourself?
no, I mean you feel it a little bit because it's like you took me out on a personal thing when like the game didn't take me out, the referees didn't tell me I had to sit out, so it's like now you sit me out. But the thing is, I didn't make a big thing about it because I respected Coach Gailey a lot in the sense of, he gave me the opportunity. He said I can do what I want to. He was kind of being forced to do something about me. So I kind of knew it was more than just Coach Gailey.
Yeah.
So I didn't really make a fuss about it. It was just one of them. Like, I mean, the mafia go see what happened. They'll speak for me. I don't need to even say nothing, and I don't even think I said nothing during that week.
That's why he's the legend, for exactly that reason right there. And Stevie, to put a look ahead spin on this, Bills Patriots Sunday Night Football this week. The main storyline, at least from what I've seen and everything, is Stefon Diggs returning to Buffalo. And there's a lot of thoughts and opinions out there, but I was so excited to talk to you because I think, unlike everyone else who's commenting on this, you've been there. Now, I know you. I don't believe you ever returned to Buffalo as a visiting player.
No.
But you've been a Bill, you've been a legend here, and then have gone on to play for other teams and stuff. What do you think this experience is going to be like for Stefon Diggs coming back to a place where he had a ton of success, but maybe the ending wasn't what he or the fans or the team wanted it to be?
You know what? It's gonna be energizing. Overall, he's a pro, so he's going to come in and try to handle his business. So it's kind of on how the mafia take it. If the mafia want to boo Stefon Diggs, then I think it's going to give more fuel for him, especially on a Sunday night. He's been in the media a lot. I believe his young quarterback that may spark Stefon to talk to his young quarterback, and his young quarterback might take that next level and just let it rip, which I don't want to happen because they do have a solid team. We'll see if they can not turn the ball over and if they can sustain drives. But when you talk about athletes, they got it in every room. So it's going to be interesting. I feel like with Stefon Diggs, the mafia should give him his props and his respect. I mean, he's giving us 3,000 plus yards. I mean, he's giving us what everybody's talking about now. Hey, we want that number one receiver. We want that, this, and that. And we had that for, I believe, 4 straight years. So, you got to give him his props. And he also helped Josh get to his level. And Josh has definitely exceeded that level now. And I mean, you could just give him his props. I wouldn't think otherwise.
I think that Bills fans should approach it that way as well. Like I have nothing but respect for Steph Diggs and everything that he has helped the like he is a big reason the Bills are what they are today. And I don't think
Yeah.
there's any denying that. I know like a lot of Bills fans had fun with it because there was the narrative of like coming into last season, like Allen is going to struggle without Diggs. Like that's why Allen was that's all behind us and everything.
Yeah.
It's worked out for both sides. I'm never going to be mad at a player, a human in general, for trying to make as much money as they possibly can. There's a business here. And I think if you go like fans, if you want to go listen to what Steph Diggs said coming into this game, like it's a business. That's why he is not there. Deion Dawkins had nothing but nice things to say about him and getting him to this point. But Stevie, I know you guys, people think you guys are robots, right? And you guys do a lot of you say the right thing to the media, like it's just another game. I got to go out there and do it and stuff. But there's a human inside all of you, and there's a human element that's got to play some sort. I'm not saying it's going to impact him on the field, but like during warmups or something like that, there's going to be a lot of emotions for Steph Diggs, I'd imagine.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be like bad emotions or something that's gonna throw him off because I mean he's been in that stadium again 4 straight seasons in prime time during a spectacle as far as with the lights and everything. He knows about the introductions and all that, so it's gonna be fun for him to be honest. That's why I don't want to fuel him up any more than he needs to be. It's gonna be electric out there, and adding the fuel to a fire. I mean that term is for a reason. So. I just rather go out and compete with them regularly and not even try to give them any extra momentum, Guru.
Yeah, one of the two greatest Bills receivers in my fandom. I'm talking to the other one. I think the Bills fans should cheer him in pregame and then treat him, like a regular player after
Yeah,
that.
for sure. Yeah, go hard during the game, but in the beginning, give the respect, give the respect.
Yeah, and it's also a return for Mac Hollins. That one isn't getting
Another
as
one,
much media attention, but hey, I mean, the Barefoot Wonder had a huge impact on the Bills season last year. So I hope the fans give him the love that he has earned here as well. But from a X's and O's and just like this game standpoint, the Patriots, they have 3 running backs that are getting the job done right now. That concerns me a little bit, but you were bringing up Drake May. I love watching Drake May because I always say he reminds me of a younger Josh Allen. Like he's got the physical tools. Sometimes he's trying to do a little bit too much. You got to rein that back in. I'm not saying he is the next Josh Allen. I just see similarities there. But there's pieces on this offense. So if you're the Bills defense, do you think the way to win is to try to get pressure on Drake May? Do you focus on slowing the run down? Is it Steph Diggs? What is your biggest concern with this Patriots offense?
Pressure. You have to put the pressure on a young QB. I like Drake May also. He's going to be a great talent. I see him right now turning into like a Daniel Jones of now, Indiana Jones. He's got the talent around him, of course. But I feel like once you put pressure on him through either linebacker blitz, cornerback blitz, D-line rotations and mixing things up like that, that can make a young QB that's figuring out things, rush his throws. And that puts situations in the Bills' hands, in the Bills' favor. So, you got to apply that pressure. And that's what we've been seeing with our defensive line. Through each week, there's been someone new applying some type of pressure, and I think the Bills keep that going and get that W on Sunday night.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think the best answer to stop an opposing rushing attack, score points, right? Like you can't run the ball all the time if you're down 2 scores. Mm-hmm. So if Josh and AFC Player of the Month James Cook and those receivers go out there and do their thing, I think that'll handle the rushing attack. I do want to point out though, look, we talk a lot of offense and defense here. The Patriots special teams have changed games this year. They are explosive there. They have a number of touchdown returns already. The Bills need to bring it in all 3 facets this week, I think.
Yeah, those are the factors. Those are the game between the games is special teams, field of position, turnovers, and third down conversions. Nowadays you see a lot of teams go for it more on the 4th down, so 3rd and 4th down can be in there. But that's the game within the game. And yeah, the special teams for the New England Patriots are really good. However, they can turn the ball over. So it kind of balances it out. The Buffalo Bills, they may not be as dominant on special teams, but they don't turn the ball over as much. They did turn over last week. I would say considering they was down their edge lineman and obviously Josh going for things, trying to put his receiver in position. But you don't see the Bills turn the ball over in crucial situations or at all nearly. So, that's a determining factor for me, who's going to win the game within the game. And most of the times the Buffalo Bills are winning that and forcing teams 3 and out, more possessions for the Bills, or getting a turnover, another possession, or securing possessions for the Bills. The Bills are doing something right in there, and I think it's just the work that the the organization and the staff is instilling in those players, because you see it every week now, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, they deserve a ton of credit for how prepared this team is each week. I have to ask you about receivers. The Patriots, stat wise at least, have struggled against out wide receivers, especially downfield. I know they've been banged up, Christian Gonzalez, stuff like that. Is this the Keon game, or is this going to just be more spreading it out and doing what the Bills have been doing?
Man, you would love for it to be a Keon game, considering Mac Hollins and Stephon Diggs is on the other side. But I'm hoping it's the Josh Palmer game, man.
Okay.
If he stepped up big in this game, it may not mean nothing. Like, this just a personal thing, and obviously everybody needs to eat to win. But this will just bring so much more confidence to him as far as from week one. I mean, we saw an electric Josh Palmer, and I thought that was going to carry on at least a couple weeks. But we see kind of balanced out and evened out considering game situations. But I feel like this Sunday night is prime for him, who's rested and recovered, to have a big game with the boys, with Keon and Khalil, who's obviously should get a lot of touches in action during Sunday night's game, Mike.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those games where numerous receivers put up numbers, because I think in those all whites, like Josh Allen and the Bills are going to put up numbers this Sunday. I really think so. And I know you like some of these facts that I bring sometimes, so I got a couple for you here.
Yes, sir. There you go.
Bills looking to get to 5-0 for the first time since 91.
Wow, since 91. What you got? What else you got for us?
What was the best? Were you on the 4-0 start team, or
I was on that start team, yeah. And then our guy got knocked out, and then things just went downhill.
I thought you guys were winning the Super Bowl. Josh Allen ranks top 7 in the NFL in completion percentage, pass touchdown to interception rate, and passer rating in 2025. And if he has another game with one pass touchdown, one rush touchdown, he will break Cam Newton's record for the most in NFL history.
Wow, that is huge. That's huge right there. And that's big to even give shout out to Cam Newton, though, doing what he did. And now to see Josh do this in his 8th season, I mean, he considered the best. You got to say he's the best, even without the ring. Even without the ring right now, crown him.
As a fantasy player, I love Cam. Will always have love for Cam Newton. It is remarkable that in year 8, with seemingly long time of career left in front of him, Josh is already tied and can surpass that record. So before we move on to fantasy, final prediction for this week: Bills winning or?
Yeah, I got Bills winning, and I feel like in 27-24.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 27-24.
We're gonna get a good one Sunday night. Is what you're telling everyone.
Good one.
It's gonna be a lot of tired folk in Buffalo Monday morning.
Well, considering that's if the Patriots don't turn the ball over or sustain drive. So maybe I'll do 34-24. Yeah, 34-24. Yeah.
I was gonna say 30 plus. I think they continue that streak.
Yeah, 34-21. I'm going 34-21.
The Bills aren't the only team trying to get to 5-0 this week.
Hey,
there's one team in our league trying to get to 5-0 this week.
Hey, look, we at it, man. Who I got it?
You're facing the 1-3 Feed the Pit.
Yeah, Feed the Pit. They got. It's gonna be interesting. Lamar Jackson is hamstring. I think I'm gonna sit Lamar, and I'm gonna put Kyler in this week. And who else am I gonna play?
You're
Josh Palmer. I got Josh Palmer playing. Yeah, I'll put Josh Palmer in the lineup. And I felt like my guys needed a rest. Keenan been going from Brazil, going to New York, back to LA. He been flying all over the place. So I think I'm gonna rest Keenan, and then I'm gonna put Josh Palmer in so we can turn up.
So you're putting your money where your mouth is this week. You're not just saying you think Josh Palmer plays well. You're starting him going for 5-0. Shout out to Get Open Dogs, top scoring team in our league right now. Feed the Pit, you got your hands full. Stevie, I don't know if you saw, I made a trade this week in our league.
Oh, who you grab?
I traded. I have 2 tight ends. You can only play one. I had Tyler Warren and Jake Ferguson, and I got offered Ladd McConkey for Jake Ferguson. So I need receivers. I accepted it. I took your teammate's boy. You have Keenan.
Yeah.
I got Lad now.
I did actually. I did see that go across the line. I did see Ladd McConkey's name go across. That's a great pickup right there. That's a great pickup.
I think better days. I know it's a slow start. I still believe in him and that talent, and I think the Chargers are going to be a really good offense this year.
Yeah, for sure. I just feel like their season early is a lot. They had a lot of travel, and I'm surprised that they didn't get a bye week in between. I mean, week 4 and 5. I mean, it's been a lot of activity. So I think they'll pick up for sure, and they'll get refreshed and start putting them numbers up.
Let me ask you this though, because I feel like the reason why Lad is struggling, not all of it is on this, but like Keenan's been balling out. Quentin Johnston has broke out in a really big way. Lad was expected to be the one coming in, but these guys are going. How is like defensive adjustment? Because that's something I've been saying a lot this week. Is teams are going to have to adjust now and account for Keenan and Quentin Johnston just as much as they have been for Lad. Is that something that happens quickly in the NFL, or does it take a little bit of time?
It takes a little bit of time considering the playbook that you guys have. You know, the offensive coordinator. I believe Greg Roman is the Los Angeles Chargers offensive coordinator. So he comes from a heavy running background. So to have Ladd McConkey, a Keenan Allen, and a Quentin Johnston on a team, it's like you would think that you would want to air it out, especially with Justin Herbert back there. I think they're evolving into a mix, a hybrid of a running team and a passing team. So they're figuring that part out on their offense. McConkey, his role will appear, I believe, later on in the season when they see that, okay, I can throw it a little bit more than I need to run. You know, so it just takes a little bit of time considering the type of coach that you have. If let's say you had a guy like Chan Gailey, like you can come in instantly and we'll have everybody firing on all targets, you know? So it just depends on the playbook that you have.
And so like from your perspective, like 2010 was your breakout season, right? Like how long did it feel to you before you became the focal point for opposing defenses?
It was like week 3. After week 3 is when everything was like rolling, like it was smooth. I figured out that I was getting more targets. You know, at first it was getting like 2 to 3, then it started going up. You know, you start moving in different locations, and that's when it was like, okay, you know, we here. You know, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, no. So I think that's what's gonna happen, right? Like as defenses are seeing Quentin, like you can't give him one-on-one coverage downfield. He's gonna cook. So maybe that changes a little bit. You open up underneath for Lad, and
Man.
that's my hope.
Yeah,
that's
what they need to do. That's what they need to do. They need to hit that underneath over and over and over, that middle range. Keenan and Ladd is the perfect combination to do that over and over, and then hit Quentin over the top when they start submerging on that. And you know, that's how you utilize an offense like that, and with an arm like Justin Herbert.
We saw the 49ers do that last night on their overtime drive. They got to go with everything being underneath because it was like, all right, you're going to leave CMC or Tungus there. I'm just going to keep hitting them and getting first downs.
I'm trying to figure out why teams don't come out in 2-minute mode just from the beginning of the game. You know, the under 10 yards of air, like we was talking about, Allen did. Like that's the game that Kansas City Chiefs was playing against the NFL for so long. You know, now teams are starting to pick up on it. You know, that's why I like Hurts a lot, because he can control the game. You know, he don't necessarily have to do the short passes, but he controls the game in a way where Mahomes was taking advantage of the game by not utilizing full routes. He was just getting your eyes and he'd get it to you, you know, and that's moving the sticks. Now you see that every 2-minute drive, like the 49ers, even if Purdy was in, Mac Jones, Purdy, it doesn't matter. When you get in 2-minute mode and you just throw it to your guys and get it to them quick, I mean, you just see a totally different game. I don't understand why teams don't come out in 2-minute mode all the time.
This is why you need to, you're going to have a successful career whenever you decide to start coaching. I want to ask you on one more thing, and this wasn't planned, so I'm sorry for just throwing this at you. What are your thoughts on the A.J. Brown situation? He had 9 targets last week. A lot went over his head. He took to social media and was like, if they don't appreciate you, shrug your shoulders and leave. What is your take on that situation?
Yeah, I like it. I was gonna say I'm mixed, but I like it though, because he's not going over the top with it. He's not calling nobody out. He not doing the most, so that's cool. So we see the maturity of it. You know, he probably gave his opinion on, hey, maybe we should throw it this time or do this, line me up here. And it wasn't time to do it, you know, and that's what he's saying. Okay, shrug your shoulders and carry on. That's cool. That's cool. Do you have to put that message out? Nah, you don't have to put it out, especially being a 4-0 team. You got 100% health. You went through a season last year where you barely got targets, and then you went to the Super Bowl and exploded. You know what I'm saying? So why even put out something like that? Just carry on to what you was doing. You know, so that's my thing. But at the end of the day, I was talking to my guys, we're divas. We're divas at the end of the day.
As you need, I think you need to be.
Yeah, you have to, because you got to have that ultimate confidence. I mean, we're ultimate competitors at the end of the day. You know, he's seeing other guys get fantasy numbers. He's hearing it on his social media. He's seeing rookies getting big numbers. You know, he want to be the best too. So, I mean, I understand it. That's why I'm mixed, but he don't have to put it out.
Look, if he was some like wide receiver who or some player in general who like, okay, maybe you don't put, but he's AJ Brown, you know, like he is a star. And I think for wide receivers, you want that edge because you're going one-on-one all game and stuff. So I'm hoping this week, because I have him in a lot of fantasy teams, that they come out and they just pepper him with targets.
Man, I just feel like Jalen is so mature where it won't, if it calls for it, maybe he will, just like in the Super Bowl. He needed a guy, and he ended up making AJ Brown that guy. You know, he was there. He's reliable. When you watch the Tampa Bay game, I mean, look, the pressure was on Jalen, so it wasn't time to sit down and read and watch your routes get open. You know, it wasn't time for that. It was time for him to use his legs and get the ball to the running back. That's where I was saying, like, Mahomes utilized that little space, the quick passes. Philly don't have that quick pass game, but they have a smart quarterback who can not make the wrong decision, who can hand it off when he needs to or change a play when he needs to. So, you know, it's different factors in it, and it's interesting, man. That's the beauty in this game, how each team have their own identity.
Yeah, I'm a big believer that you got to let the great ones be great. You got to let Ashton Genty stand like Michael Myers before he gets the ball. You got to let Stevie Johnson lift the shirt and it say Happy New Year on it. Let the greats be great. Like,
Facts.
That's my whole thing when it comes to sports.
Let the greats be great. That's a shirt right there.
That's what makes them great. You know, if you were like everyone else, you wouldn't be what you were, right? Not everyone can pull off what the greats do, but the greats can because they know they're great.
Indeed. That's real talk, Guru.
And that feels like a good place to end it with one of the greats here. Just a reminder, this Sunday, you could go on the boat ride 2 to 4 p.m. with Stevie, and then 5 p.m. on at Cruisers. Where can they get all? Well, they can get all the information on your Instagram.
At Bills Fans of OC on Instagram. Okay. And holla at Big Mike, or you can DM and hit up me or hit up Guru on X or IG. You know, Stevie Johnson 13 or at hbhf.stevie. And you know, we got all types of activations throughout the season. So, you know, you won't miss, if you miss this one, you know, we got more coming.
We're already talking about maybe going on to Buffalo in the playoffs or stuff. We got some fun stuff cooking here. But for this week, that's going to do it for us. But before, Stevie, take us out. Anything you want to say to the people?
You know what? Hey, enjoy it. Enjoy this Sunday night. It's going to be a show. Make sure y'all wear y'all whiteouts if y'all can. Post y'all pictures and send it to us so we can give y'all shout outs and repost y'all flicks and y'all whiteout gear, man. I'm going to be fitted up. Let's go. Handle biz, have fun, repeat. This is the Sick Podcast. Bills Banter, baby. One love.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Bills Banter on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.